I don't know whether you've noticed, but our world is run by old boys. Right? An old boys network. Right? It's basically really, really, really stupendously wealthy, really old men. Right? And they work from a system of non-accountability. Right? I'll take it as point, in case in point, the ginormous Eric Pickles, who apparently, it's been in the news this week, is going to get a knighthood. Is going to be Sir Eric Pickles. Now, this is a man who spends his yearly biscuit bill of £75,000 could feed me and my two children for over 5 years. Just his biscuits, right? Could feed my family of 3 people for over 5 years. And yet, him and his ilk are the ones who say that it's my fault that we're experiencing austerity. Now, he's just one glaring example. For a start off, if he's going to be poor, if he's going to be given a sirhood, sorry, if he's going to be made a sir, he should automatically be investigated for paedophilia, in my personal opinion, right? He's either bumming rent boys or, I'm going to get labelled for that, and it's like, oh, naughty me. But at the end of the day, prove you're not. Prove that you don't dress up as a giant baby and have your bum spanked for huge amounts of money that still comes out of the taxpayer's wages. Osborne's cocaine bill comes out of the taxpayers' money. You know, so before you say, like, oh my God, it's your fault, for not getting your disabled ass out there and working for a living, it is your fault that we're in this mess. Just imagine how much George Osborne shoves up his bloody schnoz on a weekly basis, because it'll be more than my family gets in a month, I bet you. Anyways, so we just don't hold these people accountable. We've not held anybody accountable for the ridiculousness of the Conservatives getting back in power. They didn't get back in power. 24% of the vote is not a lead of anybody's money. Now, I got into a bit of stick with the old Nunnery Brigade when I was saying that I did vote, and I voted, I put a big cross through and said none. I protest voted, and they were like, no, you need to be voting for so-and-so from the Green Party. Now, it's the people that did that. If you're going to point your finger at me for not voting, it's like those people who wanted Conservatives out and did that are the ones who got them back in again, because the Greens were never going to win. But apparently, I read in the news this week that the Queen had said that if David Cameron didn't get back in, that she wasn't going to give the opening of Parliament speech, she was just going to boycott it. And then they talked around, and bugger me, she got him anyway. Unaccountability, Prince Andrew, unaccountability. You legally can't take the Queen to court, not for a damn thing, right? She don't need a tax disc, blah de blah de blah de blah. Completely on a different level. And for why? Because they've told us that that's the way we've to look at them. Now, if you know me, you'll know that my view, the major reason that our children are educated the way that they are, and why I received that education, is because we basically come out of that process saying yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir, and we believe what we are told to remember, or we are a failure, and we don't want to be a failure. We don't want to be different. Well, I do, but then I'm a weirdo. I'm a loner anyway. But, you know, we like to fit in. We don't like people to laugh at us, as a rule. Now, I don't do videos much anymore, but lately it's been really getting me down how we just accept whatever we have to accept without arguing it. Another point, fracking, right? Now, I was talking to my friend about this the other day. She was like, what are your views on fracking? My views, right, say that this is the earth. we live on, right? And this is like the western side, and that's the eastern side, right? Now, in the western side, what we're doing is we're creating great big gaps like this, right? Then, on the other side, we're bombing it. And we expect that our world is just going to take that. Well, guess what? These old boys, these secret men who think that women are beneath them, and boy are they ever about to find out that they've got it wrong the whole time. These old gits, these bastards of monumental proportions, are putting our planet on a course to extinction. And they don't care. And we need to find our backbone and stand there and say, no, whoa, excuse me, but you've not explained that properly. People will have a say. It gets brushed under the carpet. We need to keep raising our voices and saying, I am not shutting up until you have explained to me why I'm at fault and why nobody says, but we spend trillions on war. The amount of bullets fired in one day would feed my family for a year. People are dying and they don't need to. And I'm sorry to be doom and gloom, but we ain't going to be far behind them if we don't start treating our planet with a bit of respect and each other. But these lofty old gits, these haggard old has-beens, can just up a trouser leg, fucking waffle some gobbledygook, wear themselves some regalia and fuck off, because I ain't got time for that shit.